Just wanted to discuss about talk about my experience with my brief experience with steroid use. Please be aware that my use, I was not, there was no professional that recommended this to me. It was just introduced to me by a mutual friend. You know, he saw that I went to the gym, and I always used to admire how he looked. And I used to ask him because he was slim and very muscular, yeah, an athletic body, you know, like those American sprinters' body. So I asked him, how does he maintain this body throughout the whole year? Because he said that he maintains the body throughout the whole year. And he says, listen, I only take one thing for now. The thing that helps me a lot is Winstrol. It's one, well, it's not really over the counter, but there's places where you can buy it. There's steroids. So he sold it to me, and that's how I got introduced to steroids. So my experiences with Winstrol. So he recommended Winstrol, and he recommended that I take it together with a TRT at the same time, so that TRT it's another pill that helps you, that you normally use after you've gone in a cycle to help your body recover. So he recommended that I take it at the same time as the Winstrol. So that's what I did. I mean, he's taking Winstrol for about 3 years, and he looked good, and I liked the way he looked. So I decided to just follow his instructions. First week of Winstrol, from the first day, you experience explosive strength, like strength that's out of this world, not natural, and you just keep going. You know, the stamina is there, you don't get tired. You can literally go and have 3 gym sessions, 2 to 3 hours, 3 times a day, with no problems. You'll sleep like a baby, and you can do it again the next day. So I was on Winstrol for about 2 weeks, and the thing that made me stop so abruptly in such a short space of time is that whenever my partner at the time, whenever I would like give her a hug, you know, she would always ask, why is your heart beating so fast? At the time I didn't make anything of it, but you know, in the back of my mind I knew that it was the Winstrol. But I mean, these things are so addictive, you know, because during the course of me taking these things, you know, even if people didn't say it to you, people's eyes, like, dude, what are you on, would always tell you that they acknowledge and they can see your hard work, they can see the changes, even if they don't voice it. People's eyes, like, dude, what are you on, would always tell you that they acknowledge and they can see your hard work, they can see the changes, even if they don't voice it directly to you. And just the stares alone were satisfying enough, you know. It's almost like nods of approval from the gym community that's going to be seeing, you know, keep going. 2 weeks later, I had an appointment with to do a life insurance quotation. So there's a nurse that normally comes. They tend to want to draw your blood. And mind you, during the same 2 weeks, I'm always Googling to say side effects of Winstrol, you know, because as my heart is beating fast, you're also getting more paranoid. So 2 weeks later, I've got an appointment with this nurse from one of the life insurance companies. She comes to draw my blood. She literally had to try 3 times to be able to fill up a full syringe, and she kept on asking, why is your blood so thick, why is your blood so thick? And in my mind, I knew in the back of my mind that it's probably the Winstrol, you know, sticking in my blood. And then as she was saying this, just having moments of awareness, say, okay, my heart rate is up, my blood is thick, and I put one and one together, and in my mind I thought, you know, maybe this is the reason why people end up getting heart attacks. You know, your blood thickens, and your veins need to work overtime to get blood to your heart. And at some point, with continuous use, you know, your heart fails to pump the blood to your system, and triggering a heart attack. And from that moment, I had to ask myself, is this Winstrol steroid journey really worth it, worth the risk? Because mind you, I'm not on steroids to compete. I was just purely doing it to, look good, feel good, and that's pretty much it. And I weighed the benefits of me taking steroids versus me not taking steroids, and I decided, this is not worth my life. And I'd read up already on a lot of people, a lot of bodybuilders that had collapsed because of steroid use, or had heart attacks. Maybe not through Winstrol, but through another steroid. There's Benadryl, there's testosterone. There's so many steroids under the sun. And I figured, even if Winstrol is the entry level, it's considered an entry level drug. From entry level, you just increase or you open yourself up to more sophisticated steroids. And I figured, it's better to stop right here and now. And that was my 2 weeks experience of Winstrol usage. So some of the side effects during the course of using the Winstrol, mind you, this is for the guys. Sex drive was high, but your balls shrink. The balls shrink, and of course, when you're trying to, yes, the Winstrol makes you feel strong and make you feel powerful, but when your balls shrink, you feel also like less of a man. So it's almost like, contradicting thing. But you don't feel adequate, with these small balls. And your partner asks you, why are your balls so small? How do you answer? It's a difficult question to answer. Mind you, she doesn't know that what is a steroid. So you have to sort of hide and say, no, maybe it's cold or something like that. It's the weather. Funny stories that are lies. But post that 2 week period, it really did take a long time as well for the body to recover. In terms of to the levels that the levels where I was before, in terms of just the sexual health. I find it hard to get it out, but I'm fine now, just in case anybody's fine now. But there was a point whereby one would struggle, it will take time, and I think it came from that Winstrol usage. And it really takes a long time to get out of your system. So my advice is to not try it at all. But if you do, I guess it is your choice.